welcome to day 6 of Vlogmas. You join me on the boys' bedroom floor because I am about to put away a mountain of clean laundry that has been building up all week and not been put away. I've also got damp hair because I just got out of the shower. But I realised that I had forgotten to share my advents for yesterday. I took photographs of them as I was opening them, and I'd planned to do some fancy photo thing and it didn't work at all. So I never ended up sharing them yesterday. So I thought I'd share them now. I brought them up with me. So my Henny Penny Makes one was this absolutely gorgeous pink. And I think, was this True Love's Kiss? Really, really gorgeous. And then the Spectrum Fibres was this very vibrant blue. Absolutely stunning blue colour, really rich. And then my Scrappy Swap one, I've already added into my Heart and Mitts. So I will show you the 4 rows and you'll be able to see the progress I've made on my Heart and Mitts. I'll come back a little bit actually because the light from the window is better back here. Although I'm now getting some funny line from the sun shining in. It's not raining at the moment. But yeah, here we go. These are my Heart and Mitts. So yesterday's colour was this lovely blue speckled colour. See if I can show you better on the back. There we go. They are knitting up really, really nicely. And as I said before, I'm doing them 2 at a time. So I have added the 4th colour into both of them. So they are up to date, which is really good. So I will be adding, hopefully, my one from today into those at some point today. Fingers crossed. It doesn't take long, which is really nice because it's only 4 rows. So it's quite nice and quick. Right. What is our plan for the day? We are popping out to the shops later. Well, the shop. We're going to go to the range. Tom wants to get some different Christmas lights to go outside the front of the house this year. We put some up last year, but they were just one single string and they weren't brilliant. Sorry about the crazy sunlight. I haven't properly opened the boys' blinds, so I'm getting blind shadow. What was I saying? Christmas lights. Yes, so we are going to go to the range to see if we can get some better Christmas lights to put outside the front of the house. That's the plan because we haven't put any out the front yet, and everyone else on the street is starting to put some up. So we're going to do that. We'll take you with us to show you all the Christmas lights and things like that. It's a bit weird. We haven't all been to the shops together for absolutely ages, pretty much all year, I think. I've taken one of the boys here or there and stuff like that, but for all four of us to actually go to a shop is quite a strange thing to happen this year. But we wanted to do something, and the boys are desperate to get out the house. Arthur is desperate to get out the house. So we will go and do that a little bit later on this afternoon. And then I need to get Christmas Eve box yarn skeined as well throughout the day. Anyway, I need to get on with this laundry first.
Why was the snowman looking in a bag of carrots?
I don't know. Why was the snowman looking in a bag of carrots?
Because he was picking his nose!
any lights at all at the shops. We went to the range and pretty much sold out. We then tried our big Tesco's Extra with no luck, and then we then tried Dunelm with no luck. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to go with what we had last year. I think it's a combination of more people decorating this year, maybe because more people are staying at home, and also probably the shops have not stocked as much because they were concerned about footfall and stuff like that. So no new fancy lights to go out the front of our house. But it's fine, we've got some that can go outside, they're just a bit standard. Not a big problem, but it was really, really busy, and I really should have thought about it in advance. And why did we decide to go to the shops on a Saturday afternoon? It just, yeah, it was so busy. But anyway, we're home. What was I going to say? I don't know. You're back in the tea cupboard, if you hadn't guessed. I bought a new mug. I got a new Christmas mug. I just got it in Tesco's. Pigs in blankets. Do you have pigs in blankets elsewhere? Is it just a British thing? It's one of those things that goes with a Christmas dinner. We have pigs in blankets with our Christmas dinner every year, and it's basically sausage wrapped in bacon. I know that there's another form which is sausage wrapped in pastry, like wrapped in puff pastry maybe, but I don't know if that's the same as pigs in blankets or if that's called something else. I don't know. But yeah, pigs in blankets, an important part of the Christmas dinner. We've actually ordered some this year. We ordered our turkey from the local butcher, and Tom ordered some pigs in blankets at the same time so that they're already prepared and we just have to cook them. Very decadent of us. But they were called, I think they were called sausages in kilts. Made me laugh. I'm going to put this cup of tea down because it's too hot to drink. I'm just fiddling with it now. What did I come on to talk to you about? Christmas cake. I came on to talk to you about Christmas cake. So many people commented for the giveaway in yesterday's episode, and so many of you don't really know what Christmas cake is, and I don't think I'd appreciated quite how British a Christmas cake tradition was. So Christmas cake is basically a really, really heavy fruit cake that we have at Christmas. We decorate it with marzipan and white icing, and usually put other kind of Christmas decorations on it. We've got some little, I don't know what they're called. I want to say enamel, and that's completely wrong. Ceramic, that's the word. We've bought some little ceramic decorations to go on the top of our Christmas cake this year because we've never made a Christmas cake before. My mum always makes it. But obviously we're not going to be at my parents' house this year, or any of our family's house this year, so we wanted to do our own Christmas cake. So Tom has made that. As you would have seen in one of the previous vlogs, the boys helped him make it. But yeah, a lot of you don't understand what a Christmas cake is. So yeah, it's just a rich fruit cake with lots of fruit in. We usually put figs, dates, apricots, cherries, sultanas, currants, all of that kind of thing in it. And then you cover it in a layer of marzipan and then a layer of white icing. We tend to use fondant. Some people use royal icing. Yeah, it varies. I was just looking because somebody also asked about the Christmas pudding when we were making the Christmas pudding right at the beginning, and they wanted to know where we'd got the recipe. And this is the book that Tom has used for both the Christmas pudding and the Christmas cake this year. So it's Nigel Slater, the Christmas Chronicles. And it says it's a story of his love of winter. And it's everything from winter recipes, fables, quick dinners, all kinds of winter stuff, as well as all the kind of Christmas meal and the Christmas preparations. And the Christmas pudding we made is a recipe from this. We made this one, my Christmas pudding. Tom found a link for this recipe online, so I will link it underneath the video for the Christmas pudding. We made the lighter version of the Christmas pudding. And again, a Christmas pudding is very much, it's a suet pudding. So it's a fruit-filled suet pudding. And then on Christmas Day, we pour brandy all over it and set it alight, and then eat it with brandy butter. It's really, really yummy. It's one of my favourite parts of Christmas pudding. There we go. You can kind of see. It doesn't look like much, but it tastes amazing. But then Tom also did the Christmas cake in this book, and it's got a little thing in it about the history of Christmas cake, and it says there's not a lot of history. Basically, it sounds like it goes back to kind of the Victorian times. The idea of a fruitcake started to gather around the Victorian times when you wanted cake to offer your guests when they came, but kind of a traditional sponge cake, a traditional Victorian sponge cake wouldn't have kept throughout the festive season, whereas a fruit cake, which is kind of soaked in brandy and things like that as well, it keeps really, really well. So you've always got a slice to offer people when they come to visit. Yeah, so that is Christmas cake. I've mentioned a couple of times that we've done a book advent for the boys, but I've yet to show it. I managed to get it all wrapped up, although not all in Christmas paper, because it turns out I didn't have enough Christmas wrapping paper. So we've got some very eclectic wrapping paper. They're all numbered. Jasper's just found number 5. I'm going to take it out for tonight. There we go. So yeah, these are not new books. I bought them last year from various places. Some came from charity shops. I bought a couple of bundles from... Right, Tom is reading number 5 to them while I carry on telling you about it, because Jasper is such a chatterbox. I can't get a word in edgeways, which, considering I'm somebody who also is a bit of a chatterbox, is a bit frustrating. As I was trying to say, I bought the books from a mixture of places. Some of them came from charity shops. Some of them came from this website that I can't remember. It wasn't the Book Depository. Were they called the Book People? Something like that. But you could buy in bulk, and they're kind of lower quality books, so they were quite cheap, but ideal for this kind of thing. And I bought a massive kind of Christmas bundle. Some of them came from supermarkets and stuff like that as well. But the aim is they're all Christmas books. That's kind of what we went with, all wintry themed or Christmas themed. And yeah, they're the same books as we had last year. I will reuse them until the kids grow out of them, and then I'll replace the odd one here or there. And we've just wrapped them up, and they love it, and they get a new bedtime story every night. They don't remember the books from last year, this year round. I'm sure eventually they'll remember them all. But it's just really good fun.